Good evening, Africa. Welcome to it. I'm Thomas Mlambo. I'm your jersey number 10, and this is Soocr Africa. 24 years old, over 1,000 episodes behind us, and the hashtag for today's show is Soocr Africa 1000. Yeah, we're going to keep that going for a little bit longer. What's coming up as far as the show is concerned? Well, it is going to be a big show. We'll be talking some major news stories. Samuel Eto'o will be running for re-election for a second term of president of the Cameroonian Football Federation, FIFA. That election is on Saturday. Lots is happening. Mamadou Gaye is flying in on a private jet. Okay, not private jet, but he's flying in to Yaoundé to witness the situation and what is going on as far as that election is concerned. Then there's a rumor coming out of Ghana that they want to host the FIFA World Cup in 2038. We'll discuss that, of course, because the wise men want to give you their perspective as far as that is concerned. Then we'll be looking at so much more when it comes to spicy stories. There was the slap that was heard across the world as Idrissa Gueye slaps a teammate and gets a red card. The Senegalese international, he will be discussed. Trust me on that. Women's football is what's going on as far as the CAF Women's Champions League, and we have 2 times champions now. Aspar lifting the trophy. Ashley Nakadzwe in studio today to give us a sense of what's going on as far as that is concerned, and so much more. So I'll start with the wise queen of African football. Ashley, how are you?
I'm really, really good. I'm happy about the CAF Women's Champions League. Also happy about the awards. Sherbak took it. It's now the Africa Player of the Year. Very, very happy about that.
Okay, I see the smile is going from cheek to cheek.
Listen.
Loving it. All right, so that's Ashley. At the far post, I've got Coach Sudesh, our football strategist. Jeff Katala, closest to me, the man out of the DRC who knows football like nobody else and is still beaming at the fact that he is potentially going to the FIFA World Cup. And Jeff, FIFA came out with the seeding, right? They came up with how the draw is going to look for the World Cup. And for the DRC, well, I mean,
the last group.
Pot 4.
Yes.
Pot 4.
This is why I'm telling you, Thomas, that FIFA is practicing apartheid football.
No, what are you saying? No, wait.
What are you saying? The 4 seed, there are other teams that are in pot 1. They cannot meet against each other until the semi-final. And we are the Mickey Mouse. So we have to suffer.
Okay.
They have to
you jumped straight into the story. Let's talk about the story. Let's jump in. I'll introduce TK at the far post. TK, how are you?
Very, very, very well.
You're aware of what Jeff's talking about?
Yes, I am.
So let's get into that. What's he telling me about here?
What he's basically saying is that FIFA has decreed that England, Argentina, Spain, and France. There is no way that they will meet anywhere during the tournament until at least at the semi-finals, on condition that they top their groups.
If they top their groups, the top 4 ranked nations in the world, FIFA is saying, will not meet until the semi-final stage. They'll be put into the various parts of the draw, which does not allow that. And the reason is simple, right? They don't want to have blockbuster super game at a quarterfinal stage where last 16 suddenly you've got England versus Argentina. They're saying no. They want the good stuff. What do you have a problem with?
Yes, that's what the football is all about. We can have England against Portugal at the beginning of the tournament. Why should we have them at the last 4 or last 8?
The answer is simple. Say if DRC is in that group, win the group. Come number 1, win the group, and then you'll progress.
But I agree.
Amongst the pigeons.
I agree with Jeff. Why if England is so strong, why can't they play Spain or Portugal or Germany or whoever?
But this is the seedings, how you break it down.
But this is the World Cup. This is not the World Cup. This is the World Cup.
Yes. But then to get to the World Cup, they should
it's not like they're doing them any favors.
Yes, they do.
One at a time.
They still got to play there and win their way through.
But
get knocked out also.
Then why? Why does FIFA declare that they cannot meet until at the semi-final?
Because it's not a declaration. They're saying the way the draw is going to be structured, that it's going to be such that we will not allow it. The computer's going to make absolutely certain that the top 4 are in parts of the draw that if they top their groups, they will not meet at the semi-final. That's on purpose. And it's not the first time.
And it's on purpose.
Thank you.
It's
Yes,
not
thank you.
It's on
the
purpose.
first time.
But it's not the first time, and it's
Club
not
World
only in
Cup
football.
was set up
Yeah, but this
exactly
is
the
You
same
do it like
way.
that so that
We don't have
you
to
must look
allow-
at broadcasts, you must look at fans. So you want the best of the best to
But
eventually.
isn't
This
that
is
now
the World Cup.
restructuring
This
the
is the
game
World
now?
Cup.
So they're restructuring it now because
Ashley, you got to look at the bigger picture, strength against strength, and if they fail, they will be out
But
of
they
it.
all
No,
qualified for
but
the
at
World
least
Cup,
they
though.
want
If
the
you
best
want
of the best
At
to
the
come.
same time, if you want to win a World Cup, you must beat everybody.
You must beat everybody. Exactly.
So they will do
So
that.
you mean
Exactly.
in the quarterfinals,
You don't have to be
semi-final,
protected.
you still have to beat
Yeah,
them.
you're separating the giants.
No,
no,
you
But they
don't.
want the giants to come at
Hold
the
on,
top.
pot one. Here's the pot for you, and I did the liberty of taking a look. There are 7 European teams in pot one, 2 CONCACAF 3 CONCACAF teams in pot one, but that's because the 3 CONCACAF teams are the hosts, right?
Yeah.
Mexico, Canada, and the USA. That's how they get into pot one. And then you've got Argentina and Brazil from CONMEBOL in pot one. Those are the danger teams, the best in the world, the ones that everybody's looking at.
And
Pot
FIFA
2
rankings.
on the rankings.
Yes.
Pot 2, and you've got 2 Africans in pot 2, just Morocco and Senegal.
Yeah, yeah.
Dangerous pot though, and then when you go to pot 3, 5 African nations. The mighty South Africa, Egypt, Algeria, Ivory Coast, and Tunisia are in pot 3.
Ivory Coast.
Yes, Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast,
And then
Tunisia,
in
yes.
pot 4, you've got 2.5 Africans. Because there you've got Cape Verde, Cape Verde, Ghana, and then DRC have to beat Jamaica or New Caledonia, and then they would be the FIFA 1 or FIFA 2 side that goes through there. So that's how that is going to work.
Yeah.
And you're still upset about that?
I'm still-
You're coming in through the back door, and then you want to be in pot 1.
No, in the back door. We cannot beat Nigeria and still calling us that we come through the back door.
No, but you beat them where?
Yeah,
In the playoff.
In the
playoff.
Eh?
But why everyone is not in the playoff?
Maybe you'll be drawn in against France in the group stage. Don't worry.
No,
You'll still get the big
France,
ones.
they will give him Haiti and those small teams.
All right, so let me introduce you to 2 more of our wise men, and they join us via the technology that we have here at the World of Champions in their respective countries. In Nigeria, it is Peter side, and then up in Cote d'Ivoire, it is the assassin of Abidjan, Mamadou Gaye. It's good to have you, gentlemen. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So, quickly weigh in. FIFA and how they've decided to organize the seeding for the draw. The draw will take place on the 5th of December, and we'll be very eagerly looking to see who plays who. The top 4 don't meet each other until the semi-finals. That's been decided if they top their group. Are you okay with that or not okay with that?
I am okay with anything, everything. The bottom line is you have to play 90 minutes and win your game. And
Absolutely.
this time around, I strongly believe that African teams are going to surprise the world. Let them bring Brazil. Let them bring Argentina. Let them bring England. We will destroy them.
Destroy. Peter side, I'm hearing positivity from Cote d'Ivoire. How are you feeling up in Nigeria right now?
My friend Mamadou is making noise.
My friend,
It's not for children.
Sound of bitterness there.
Ina, stop being
World
bitter.
Cup
Swallow
is
your
not for
pain.
children. All this DRC, Congo, Ivory Coast, first round, they are out.
Coach Peter,
Is it your wish?
Who is talking?
Pastor.
Okay, now
Now we are looking at
you want to
was
throw
great.
predictions. You want to throw predictions. You want to throw predictions. Okay, throw predictions. So which nations are you saying are coming back first round?
there are serious teams.
There are 9 nations, 10 with DRC potentially. Who's coming back early?
No, let me tell you the 4 teams. And Morocco is there.
They're going through.
Yes, South Africa is going to.
Okay, no, it's sounding good.
Senegal.
Well done, Peter.
Okay.
Peter.
There maybe. I'm looking at another North African side. We are not seeing
Egypt,
We are not
Tunisia,
Yeah.
Yes. That dog for me there is Tunisia. They are very unpredictable, but look at all their qualifiers. They did well. You know, years ago, I used to be exuberant, used to make noise about African teams. This one, with my eyes open.
It is because Nigeria is not there.
No, but okay.
No.
TK,
Not about Nigeria.
I'm releasing TK onto you.
Yeah.
TK, he's been wanting you since the show started.
Yes.
TK, you are unleashed.
Pastor, I want to take this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday. But some people say you are 60, and then I suspect you could be 66.
So
And then I don't know which age I must wish you.
Soccer age.
Yeah, your soccer age. Some people say you are 60, others say you are 66, and I just don't know. Anyway, let me just take this opportunity and say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Pastor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, when I was born, I wasn't aware. I was a child.
Yeah.
So whatever they tell me is my age is what I accept.
I like that answer.
Such a political answer.
I like that answer. But now I want to move on from that story and tell us what you think at home, whether FIFA has got it right. Are you excited by the fact that the so-called big guns are going to be separated until later in the tournament? Or would you like to have that happen anytime? We just throw you in the mix. But I like the mix.
Yes.
I wanted just the mix. That's all. Throw in the mix.
It makes it good. Let's see
Make the better side. Make the better
underdog.
You're out.
You win.
Yeah,
Yes,
then you go through and you
Let's see
win.
an underdog win against France.
It
No.
is about the World Cup. It is about the World Cup.
I see the red curtain. That means you're in Cote d'Ivoire right now. But you're telling me tomorrow you fly into Yaoundé in Cameroon. What is taking you there? Why do you think that's a big story brewing there around the president of FIFA, the Cameroonian Football Federation, the legendary football player, Samuel Eto'o?
Look, you said it, Samuel Eto'o, the legendary football player, icon in Africa, I can say a monument. And he is running for his second term. In the first term, we were all the sabotage in Cameroon, especially coming from the Ministry of Sport. It was never seen before, a Ministry of Sport appointing a coach without the input of the Football Federation, and it backfired badly on Cameroon. Last time around, when Samuel Eto'o appointed Rigobert Song, they went to Algeria to supply Algeria to qualify for the World Cup. But this time around, since Bruce came in, it was a lot of fighting, lot of confusion. But now he's running unopposed, and even though the Minister of Sport tried to stop the election, but the Ministry of Home Affairs say there is no way the election must go on.
Okay.
And Eto'o is uncontested and is definitely going to win it. And it will be for us, Soocr Africa, to witness the event and to have a special interview with the icon legend Samuel Eto'o.
Okay, so let me involve myself a little bit here, because you're mentioning the Minister of Sport, and that's Narcisse Kombi, the Honorable Narcisse Kombi, Minister of Sport in Cameroon. His problem, and what has taken place here, guys, and let's give a little bit of the background. 2022, Samuel Eto'o in Spain is found guilty of tax fraud, right? He gets a suspended sentence, whatever that happens there. Now, at the time, FIFA had statutes that said if you were convicted and found guilty of a crime internationally or locally, you could not run for president of the association of the FA. That happened. Samuel comes in, then they change the statutes to say, no, the new statutes in 2023, they come out and they say, no, those new statutes are saying, no, that you know what, unless you get a jail term, then you cannot run. So they changed them just to kind of suit the situation.
Yeah, because he was not convicted.
Yeah, but the previous ones didn't say that.
There were tax issues. Messi had tax issues. Neymar had tax issues. Samuel Eto'o was not convicted.
No, he was.
He was.
Convicted.
He
Convicted.
didn't serve time. But
No, not time.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
thing. But convicted
But
he
he
was.
was found guilty, yes.
Absolutely
Yeah.
convicted, right? So now the problem was that the original rules did say you cannot run. But he managed to then get through that situation, he ran.
Yeah, but
Then they changed the rules under his presidency, right? And they said, no, the new rules will mean that unless you're convicted for a jail sentence, then you can't run, which then means Samuel is fine.
Yeah, but we have to
But
remember.
the ministers come out and said he does not recognize the 2023 adjustment. He believes in the previous rules. And so he feels that
Where
they're
does
not
he come
involved.
in, the minister? That's interference.
Right there.
He's the one who appointed the coach
Yeah.
Because he's
over
the,
the FA.
because he's the one who pays him.
No, but still, Jeff, you can't
Yeah.
interfere.
He's
That's
the one-
direct.
no,
That
no,
you
no.
can pay. Yes, we know most African governments pay.
Yes.
But you can't come and say you want to appoint the coach.
But this is something that
This
we
is
have
a
to
football
change.
matter.
This
We
is
can't
something we
let
have to change
governments
as
have direct say in the running of. Then Samuel Eto'o can go to the government and say, I want to advise you how to run your government.
Yeah, but you see, when FIFA gives the money to all the FA,
You
FIFA send his audit firm
Yes.
to go and check the
That I agree with.
But you guys are discussing the wrong problem.
Yes, but no.
Yes, exactly.
Mamadou,
We come in there.
Mamadou, let me come back.
Yes.
Have I given the picture now of the problem?
No, look at that problem. As you say, every football association will live and apply its own statutes, its own constitution. And it's clear. And every country amend their own. In other countries, there is no limitation of terms. In other countries, it's 2. In other countries, it's 3. Then, Eto'o have a right to run for election according to the new statutes. Now, what is the minister's business into an association? That is the question mark.
Yeah,
This
but-
minister has been against Eto'o from the first day. And since Eto'o came in, he kept sabotaging all the national team. He will not release the founding. He will do whatever he wishes. Even he will appoint a technical staff. At a certain point, there was 2 technical staff for the main team.
Mamadou.
And it's from confusion to confusion.
Mamadou, I see you getting angry or boiling. I want to go quickly to Nigeria to hear from Ida. What does it mean to you? Because some people are saying the fact that Samuel Eto'o is running unopposed tells you that Cameroonian football is unified. They say this is our guy, we're all behind this one guy. Others are saying if you run unopposed, it's against democracy. There should be at least somebody saying, listen, I have another idea. Where do you stand?
The minister should not tell the president. His president has run 10 times. In Cameroon.
I'm talking about unity, or is it a lack of democracy when you run unopposed?
No, we all know that in Cameroon people run forever. They keep running. So if Eto'o is being second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, there's a precedent that the president of the country has set. That is the corruption we have in Africa.
No, that doesn't mean that. No, Ida, you can run unopposed because everyone supports you. That is not a corruption. If everyone supports you and nobody wants there to be change, and they all feel you're the right guy, then that is not corruption. That is unity.
Okay, I agree.
That is unity.
What I'm saying,
Unity and
what I'm saying is that if the Constitution allows him to run just like the president of his country,
Leave the
then they should
president
allow
out.
Eto'o to run.
Leave the president. Let's focus on the president of the Football Association, Samuel Eto'o.
No, Cameroon is Cameroon.
No,
Cameroon is
you
Cameroon.
see now, this is a West
You can't
African
leave
beef.
one out of
Can you hear
one.
now? This is a
Yeah,
West African, Central African beef.
There
That
is.
Nigeria Cameroon beef is starting to come through here.
Yeah.
However, the question then becomes, and this is the big question:
Yeah.
if everyone is unified behind Samuel Eto'o, he's running unopposed.
Which
on
is not the
Saturday.
case.
Well, if you run unopposed, you're unified.
No, yes, he is
There's no one
unopposed.
else.
Then
But it's not because everybody is unified.
What else is there?
behind him. he is the man of the president of the country. That's why he became president of the FA.
How are you
because
the main man of the president, but the minister?
He was a support. Yeah, Minister one is meaningless. Anyway, the election will take place because the government has assured the FIFA and CAF that there will be elections.
How has he done? How has he done? Right? The last 4 years, Samuel Eto'o has been in charge of Beckerfoot.
Yes.
How has he done?
Thomas, for me, I think we're judging him unfairly.
It's only been 4 years, right?
Most
people can't change it.
He was
4 years.
possibly in the modern era the greatest ever player from Africa.
Not possible.
When you look at his,
in
the last 20, 30 years, that's his playing side. And he came into administration, spending years, decades in Europe, and he was thrown in the deep end. Obviously, he had to struggle. So you can't just say in the last 4 years, what has he achieved?
If you're going to make change, you need to
give him another. We are looking at presidents of FAs around Africa who are changing the statutes to go for 3 or 4 terms, and now we want to judge Samuel Eto'o. You know what I mean? I feel the game in Africa needs former players. Former players need, because not every former player can be a coach.
They have to have
we need them. Yes, get equipped. Go and study. Get equipped. Surround yourself with good people. But I think Samuel Eto'o in the second term will come back very strongly.
And I mean, there's no one that has been exposed more to how to run football at the highest level than a Samuel Eto'o.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, he's been at the absolute biggest club.
And we speak about the dynamics in Africa. It's not like in Europe. You must know, Jeff mentioned rightfully, the government issues behind the scenes, the petty jealousies, power play. Samuel Eto'o had to fight amongst all of that.
I was trying to say, when you look at his best term, I think he's brought a lot of changes to Cameroon football.
Which one?
The subsidies, the clubs are now getting better subsidies than when he arrived. For instance, the players
are happy.
They used to get 11 million francs, FIFA francs, and now he's increased it to 48 million francs.
50 million.
When you look at that, I think even the second division, youth development has improved and all that. But my only concern is that he needs to look a little bit more into women football, because women football has virtually grind to a standstill.
Wise Queen?
I think I've said this maybe twice or thrice already. Women's football has been dormant since 2023 in Cameroon, and they've been doing very, very poorly. So if when he comes in and he will focus on the women's football, continue what he was doing with youth development, and also impress the FA and everyone who's backing him now, because for him to be given this opportunity to be unopposed, meaning they have confidence in the guy. They have confidence, and he is very experienced. He's knowledgeable. So I think he will do well if he's given an opportunity. But he should continue what he has started already.
But the bottom line is, on Saturday, essentially, Mamadou, we're 100% sure that Samuel Eto'o will be re-elected and he will get that second term. There's no problem around that. Because anything else, and we know FIFA will come down and say government interference, and then there's bigger problems.
Definitely, he will be elected by acclamation because he is standing alone. And FIFA already is sending an observer come as well. They will be there to write the report to CAF and FIFA about the election. And I believe that everything will be going smoothly. And as Sudesh was mentioning, of course, 4 years is very short. Already he did a lot, and he needs a second term in order to improve things in Cameroon. And believe me, since Eto'o came in, he's been under tremendous attack, not only from the Minister of Sport, but even from former legends of the Cameroonian football that are fighting him bitterly.
So, Mamadou, I need to cut you off here for a second, because the whole time you're talking, Jeff is mumbling, but what did he do? But what did he do? So, Ashley has me this document here. She has me a document, and yay!
1, 2,
Jeff,
3, 4, 5,
you read
6,
here.
7, 8.
I'll just give you highlights. Financial support to clubs. Prize money for national competitions was boosted. Increased. First time under the leadership, he introduced salary for professional players. Male players now receive whatever the monies are here. So, infrastructure, important project, construction of a new stadium in Bamenda, and other places. They've got names here. I'll give you the document. He revived dormant competitions, youth championships, futsal, corporate, governments and administration. Under Eto, he adopted a code of ethics, instituted budgetary and accounting structuring for the leagues, commercial side, secured new and renewed sponsorships amongst the sponsors. And then beyond that, it says here that he was appointed head of Technical and Development Commission at CAF in April 2025. So you can't argue with this.
Literally, you can't. Because the numbers speak for themselves right here.
4 years.
Take it home, read it at home, enjoy yourself.
And now imagine,
do you know that he was fine?
Wait, imagine how...
We're done. Yeah, go.
Wait, but
you are
imagine...
cutting me off. I'm cutting off because the question was...
Yeah.
What has he done?
What has he done?
Yes.
Imagine what more he can do.
Under his leadership.
No.
Imagine what more he can do. You're being sabotaged.
4 years.
Imagine what more he
4
can
years
do.
to run the FA. 4 years he's not running a football plan. He is not running a football plans. He is running an FA.
I want to move on. I need to move on. Very quickly, you got the document. Enjoy it. Yeah?
Imagine what more he can do.
Now, still not happy with that document. I love it. However,
This is the dumbest
now
thing.
I want to talk about Idrissa Gueye. And Ida, I want to talk to you because on the panel here of wise men, you're the only one who's played top level football. Ida, did you ever have a time where you wanted to and got so angry with a teammate that you wanted to go to your teammate and tell him exactly what you thought and even thought, you know what, this guy, I want... did you ever have that moment?
No. You know, football is an emotional game. Sometimes the temper can be very hard, but you are not allowed to put your hand on your fellow player or on another. I think we're just taking it. I think they would have had a peace before the game. Maybe their training session or there would have been something behind the scene because it was totally unexpected. You know, but they would look about and say, after the fracas, they still won the game.
I want to talk about you. Did you ever want to beat somebody?
You remember the pushback game?
Maybe in the locker room, not on the pitch.
Not on the pitch. Okay, so here we see it. Now, this is the game, Everton against Manchester United. And what we can do is maybe start this one more time and talk a little bit about Idrissa Gueye and what took place. So, if you watch very carefully here, there's a moment where the ball is lost by Man United. Idrissa Gueye has the ball and then he gives it away. And that's what triggers the conversation that his teammate Michael Keane is unhappy with. So here we go. The attack is on. Now the ball is given away. And at the time the ball is given away, here's Idrissa Gueye. He picks it up. And I'm sure all his teammates say he's going to kick it out. It'll be a throw-in. He then throws the ball inside where the shot comes in, fizzes past the post. And his fellow teammate, Michael Keane, clearly says, listen, you're trying to kill us. What are you doing? You're giving a dangerous man like this the chance to shoot. What are you doing? And it was probably said in language that's not too nice. And at that point, Michael Keane and Idrissa Gueye come towards each other. Conversation takes place, which is quite spicy. There's two pushes that happen from Michael Keane. He pushes on Idrissa Gueye, and then there's a slap where Idrissa Gueye gives him a hot one and says, "Pa!" And at that point, the referee says, "I've seen it all," and hands out a red card for violent conduct.
Like Mamadou once did to Charles Mamadou.
There's the push, and then there's the slap. Pa! And then the referee says, "I've seen everything now, guys. I'm going to give you a red card. One more look, watch, and keep an eye on the left-hand side. There's the slap. Number 5 jersey gets slapped by Idrissa Gueye. There it is to the face. And the rules are very clear on violent conduct. If you put a hand towards the opponent's face with violence like that, you are going to get red carded. And it actually states that it's whether it's a teammate or an opposition or any other person, you are going to be red carded. What do you think?
Definitely, Thomas. And I like after that, he took full responsibility. You know, he apologized in the change room immediately after the game to all his teammates, and then he put a public statement.
So what's the first part?
But the game is about emotions, you know. Pastor mentioned that in the heat of the moment, a lot of crazy things can happen, especially when you're playing at a high level like that.
So should he be sent off?
But there's no excuse for violence.
Should he be sent off?
Yes.
by misconduct. But there's also a push, you know. What surprised me,
there's lots of bats, comrade. Lots of bats.
He be sent off.
The bottom line is that
I think the
send-off
was yeah, it was.
He had to be sent off.
It's not misconduct, violent conduct.
Violent conduct.
And the
And the
rule
push
states
by Michael
striking
Keane.
an opponent or any other person on the head or face with your arm or hand is violent conduct. You
So
are
the
a red
push
card.
by Keane, that you mentioned,
That would be at best.
No
the push from
bad.
Keane is a yellow card at the best. At
yellow
the
card for
Maybe.
Keane.
Maybe. He pushes him. He does
Oh,
push him.
he-
And clearly he said something that he didn't enjoy. But then Keane is going to say, you gave the ball away and they nearly scored. So what must happen now?
He told Keane, you were supposed to be there. I was passing to you.
And then?
But that's
So
not
it's,
warranting
this
to
and
be
that.
slapped. That was so mean and
Okay,
rude.
You say it's
we're not
rude.
It's wrong,
justifying.
like it's wrong to just hit somebody.
Yes, we are not
and
justifying.
and he
But it's
being
not
said
somebody. It's your teammate.
even worse.
Why worse?
Because it's your teammate. You're supposed to
So
be
you can-
camaraderie in the team.
you
At
can
least if it
find
was
out
the
someone
opponent,
else.
okay, yeah, maybe there was
If he's
tension
not
there.
pulling his
But
weight.
his teammate,
That's
that
a
was too
great
much.
point, TK.
Eh?
Say it again.
If he's not pulling his
Your
weight,
teammate is not pulling
Yeah.
his weight.
But you don't slap him.
What must you do to him?
You speak to him at halftime or at full time, but you don't slap him.
This is 18 minutes into the
Thomas,
game. We don't have time to wait for
Thomas.
then the score is 4-0. I want you to know
There's
that
so
hey,
many,
you're killing
there's so many
us.
stoppages in
But
the
Thomas,
game.
You're
though.
killing us.
You can speak,
Rakim
there's
made a
so
good
many
point.
stoppages during a game.
But he made a good point because both the coaches afterwards had similar.
Yeah, David Moyes said he likes his
not the
players
violence, but he likes that you must pull your weight.
And I want to quote him. David Moyes says he doesn't want
And
players
Amorim.
accepting. He doesn't want players accepting when someone isn't doing well
Yes.
enough.
You
And he
must pull
wants
your
them to
weight.
be tough. So he enjoyed that moment. He said,
Amorim
my players have to be
mentioned
tough
the
and
same thing.
tell each other, hey, you're not doing well enough.
Yes,
but he
And then
deserved that.
Amorim says he does not agree with a red card. He feels it's okay to fight with your teammate.
No.
Because he's your teammate.
No, but you're not supposed to.
Don't fight
He deserved
in
the red
public,
card.
though.
He deserved the
You
red
don't
card.
fight in
Because
public.
these
Don't
things-
fight in the dressing room.
Remember, Ribery and Robin, they did fight.
Yeah.
James Sabati, Ravi Fowler, and Kiran Dyer, they did fight. They were both sent off. We know that when in the heat of the moment, the games is about emotions. The temper can run high. We don't understand that. But we don't have to condone that. Every time it happens,
Remember, to be
they
honest,
have to.
just
they
the
have
other
to
week
be
we
red
were talking
card.
about
I would
Lukman's
like more
behavior.
people. I would like more people to do that. I would like more people to hit their teammate.
On the pitch.
Thomas,
I would like it more.
You need a kick for it.
On the pitch.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Because
you
if-
must pull
if
your
I'm
weight.
sitting in the I'm in the stands as a fan, and this guy is doing.
Yeah.
I want to go there and say, "Hey, wait, now what are you doing? You're trying to kill us. We paid to
You
come and
must pull
watch."
your weight.
Not on the pitch,
Ida, tell me what you
though.
think, Ida.
What are you saying,
Thomas,
the kid?
imagine I hit PK. I hit TK in the studio. What will you do?
In the heat of the moment.
No, but that's
It gets hot
in the heat
here.
of the argument.
It
Nigeria,
depends.
South
It
Africa
gets hot here
argument.
sometimes.
I give the TK.
You'll be outnumbered here.
I think that's not really a good example.
Yeah,
that's not-
Because
yeah.
it would be if Ida tried to destroy the show, and you
You're
know
outnumbered.
we were about to be taken off air because of what TK did. Then
Yeah.
maybe you might say, no, but you are killing us. Take it. Here. Mamadou.
Are you permit it? I think violence is wrong.
This is wrong.
No matter how agitated you are, you need to be able to have
It's not
discipline. And after the
violence.
game or in the dressing room,
It's not
you
violence.
sense your
It was a little slap to say no.
He
Expression of
assaulted
emotion.
his teammate, though.
Expression, but I
Listen,
don't know.
we had the disciplinary the time we were talking about Lukman here. We had somebody talking about how these things have repercussions. There are kids watching this who want to play football, and then they think it's normal to
Guys are
slap the
going too
other.
far because it was
No,
violence and all of the and what did you call it? Assault and all of
it
these
is
things.
assault against the
Hey,
teammate.
hey. Let me ask you a question then.
football.
Did Michael Keane go to the police? Did he say I was assaulted?
No.
No,
No.
because he didn't think it was an assault.
Allegedly.
It was just a conversation between us. And he probably also knows I said something that
Exactly.
my teammate didn't like.
We'd like to know what
I
he
could have
said.
been-
But do you know how it made him feel as a man that he was slapped by another man on the pitch? Aibo, this is a lot of things that were happening in that game.
Mamadou, you get a final shot at this one. Is it okay
Yeah,
for teammates?
I think
Is it okay
that,
for teammates to fight?
I think that the referee was biased there.
No way.
Let him finish.
He was biased because Ghana Gaye is an African. He decided to show him a red card instead of showing the red card to both players.
No.
Yes, he's supposed to show red card to both players. These are two players fighting. Why do you pick a side?
They were watching.
I'm going to a quick break. But that is a good point. There was a push, then there was retaliation.
Two pushes.
Yeah.
Hey,
They could have made a head
Hashtag Soocr Africa.
I see you enjoying this.
It's international, having to apologize, and he did that amazingly. You can see that apology online. But yeah, Mamadou making some food for thought there. Should there have been 2 red cards? Way back after the break.
The first game itself just being Aspa and FC Mesa. Them both drawing, I think, set the tone for the tournament because you could see how both of them have played each other too many times. But they, knowing how Aspa went on to play the entire group stage, semi-finals, and losing, conceding any goal, that was very, very phenomenal in the CAF Women's Champions League. But also the fact that there was 5 debutants in this tournament, that made it more competitive because now you see how football is progressing. Usually Mamelodi Sundowns will be part of this tournament, and then now seeing that Mamelodi Sundowns was not there, then we have an Estac Mimosa coming on and just doing what no one expected. TP Mazembe failing to go to the finals when they had the opportunity. That was just something.
Now,
but this tournament was everything, yeah.
Asphalt getting 2 penalties, right?
Yes.
In the game, and that was the first of them. Stepping up, Hanan at El Haj takes the penalty. Aspara 1-0 up. That's a great penalty.
That was a great penalty, and just how the penalty just came about. Can you see? This entire game was everything because they both had so many things to play for in this one.
So then we see Sophie Brau putting the cross in, Ami Priscal Diallo with the header, and they're back. You like that? You like Priscal Diallo?
Yeah, there's 2 players, Prisca Diallo and Habibu Ouadraogo from ASEC Mimosa.
Another penalty for Aspar, dying moment.
It's the fact that they were debutants and just coming there with so much confidence. That's what surprised me about this team. They came with so much confidence. Taking down FC Mesa, that was a shock.
Redenawi scoring there. There was even a red card after the final whistle, right? We saw one of the players from Cote d'Ivoire from ASEC Mimosas picking up a red card. Asatase Gebi.
She took that one. That one was one for the team because they were trying to at least win
after the game. The red card was after for dissent, right? The game had ended.
Yes.
So you're still complaining?
And I'm not complaining.
No, not you. She is. She's complaining. The game's over. You've got your silver medal. The game's over. Is it that passion we're talking about?
Tensions and emotions. The things we were talking about earlier. Things happen after the game is done. But it was just nice to see how they performed. Cote d'Ivoire has been doing very, very well. And then seeing them come in first time in the tournament, they really, really impressed me.
So we now have a club that has now won it for the second time in history, Aspar, the Women's Champions League.
Yes.
What happens with this club now? Where do they go? Is there more to expect from them with this victory?
100%. This is what making women's football even better now because they're not only playing for the trophy. They'll be playing in the FIFA tournament, and they have a game now.
The Club
World Cup.
Yes, 2026 tournament, and they're playing now on the 14th of December against a team from Asia. Very, very beautiful tournament that is being set up. If Asfa wins this, they play against Arsenal in February. So much to play for. This is so much to play for the girls because there's so much to look forward to from the regional tournaments. When you go to play the actual tournament, you get to go to the FIFA one.
Sudesh coached in Asia, Wuhan Jingada. That's the Chinese team that Aspa will play on the 14th of December.
You remember
the starting lineup?
Temo Chabita used to play there.
Yes.
And then she went to France.
So already that tells you they've got money.
Yeah, it's the top women's team in Asia, not only in China.
Hey!
Yeah, they have a big history.
You guys remember
China, years ago, they won the Women's World Cup at least twice.
So now,
China
with that knowledge, what are the prospects for Asfar against Wuhan Jingada?
I think Asfar, they've won the title twice now, matching Sundowns ladies. So I think they've got the experience now to play at that global level,
Yeah, but I like that kind of experience because if they won't win because I know that Chinese outfit is...
So the bottom line is, okay, maybe I'm asking...
And even
maybe I'm not asking the question nice. Maybe I'm not asking the question nice. That is the playoff, right?
Yeah.
To go to the women's
It's a semi-final,
FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah.
So, will they get to the women's FIFA Club World Cup?
Now, against the Chinese outfit, I don't think so.
I think it's
but
possible.
It will be an experience.
I think it's possible because Asfa has
to be exposed to that level, it is very nice for our African women.
But Asfa is very, very experienced. Look at this.
The history of that team.
Look at this. Asfa has so many players
China,
playing in the...
Asia, so they're saying.
And all of their players are playing in the national team, and now just coming up, they're playing against Banyana. There's a lot of camaraderie around their team already. They've got so much exposure. They've got so much talent in their team.
They do import talent as well.
100%, and that's what makes them very competitive. So I don't think you can root them out and say they won't take this one. It's very, very possible they will play Arsenal now.
Loving the fact that Aspa gets so many opportunities to showcase African football on the biggest stages.
I like what you said about rookies coming into this tournament and making the competition very competitive. It's not like FIFA. They spare 4 and they say that the rookies should be there. You see?
TK. Let's go to the CAF Confederation Cup, right?
Yeah.
The Total Energies CAF Confederation Cup.
Correct.
It exploded onto our screens over the last weekend, and the game that maybe stood out for us here in South Africa would be the one in Egypt.
Yeah,
Al Masry, Kaizer Chiefs
against Al Masry. I think Chiefs kind of did very well. To be honest, they did very well.
They lost 2-1.
Compared to, I mean, in the past, Chiefs would be, but then you don't commit that kind of penalty.
No, tell me why you say they did so well.
I think after going down 1-0, they showed a little bit of pedigree to come back, claw their way back into the game to equalize. And then a stupid blunder, they allowed Al Masry in the dying minutes of the game to take all 3 points.
Solomon's here, brilliant run, he
Absolutely.
takes everybody on, and that Al Masry defense is bamboozled. Mugisha is one of the players trying to make the tackle, the Rwandan international. That finds the net. Chiefs are back at 1-1.
Yes.
And it's been 23 years since Kaizer Chiefs had played in Egypt in continental football, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty decent trip back to continental football.
Yes.
However, the fresh air kick here from the experienced Angolan defender, and that is what TK is referring to. Completely misses the ball.
Yes.
And take a look here as Miguel goes, shoof. Wow.
Yes, and after that, I thought that they were really coming back and they could get something.
Take a point would have been great.
At least take a point, but then in the dying minutes, you commit that kind of blunder, you get punished in Africa.
Results.
Yeah, but you don't have to be very strong on going strongly on Kaizer Chiefs. For me, they played very well actually at that level because they've been a lot of time outside, not on the pitch.
Yes.
But for me, the way South African football is evolving, it is a very nice asset actually.
Do you think that
putting Nairobi United to the sword, Maniema Union also too strong for the club out of Tanzania in Azam. So we're seeing in those results, it's the big boys.
We have come back very strongly, led by our own Temin Kosi Lodge, who's been in outstanding form. CR Belou's that coached by former TS Galaxy coach Ramovic is also doing well. And yes, our own Stellenbosch, we saw in the last kick of the game.
Last kick.
They got a result at their home away from home,
But it's going to be tough. I mean, they've got to go to Tanzania now. They played midweek in South Africa. That was the result against AS Otoho out of Congo Brazzaville. And those are not easy trips. Jeff, you're from the other Congo.
Yes, but
Otoho, can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, they just they're coming. They're following in the footsteps of Leopard Odolisi, and they're coming from the same location.
The top of the log.
They are top of the log, and the president is. He's got a lot of money actually. That's why he's got money to pump in, and actually, so he's been accused of trying to bribe referees most of the time when teams are going over there. Those things happening in Africa. But Thomas, one more thing that I want to tell. When you look at those competitions, Champions League and the Conference Cup, you'll see that in Champions League we do have 8 teams from the Maghreb region, and Maghreb region is only 3 to 4 countries. And they managed to give to CAF Champions League 8 representatives.
It's the same thing with the World Cup. I mean, if you take the number, we've got 9 spots at the World Cup. How many teams have come from the north of Africa? All of them.
Yeah.
4 from the north, 4
I mean, I'm
from west.
talking about our continent, so which means that the sub-Saharan football have to be very strong. And I congratulate Kosafa, as Kosafa has got 3 representatives. Look at Central Africa, apart from Central
They've
Africa.
also Tanzania for the first time.
For the
4
first time.
teams.
Yes,
2 in the Champions League, 2 in the
Confed Cup. Yeah, so this is what the example that we want to follow. So to be involved in soccer, to do everything possible to try to enhance the level of the football.
Well, last year's finalists of the CAF Champions League, the Total Energies CAF Champions League, and those finals were Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, what happened for them in their opening game? Well, they really absolutely pulled apart the opposition in FC Limpopo. And Jeff, you're from the DRC. Lot of celebrations when Limpopo knocked out Orlando Pirates from the preliminary stages.
No, not for me.
But here, Sundowns showed their class.
Oh, marvelous, stellar performance from Sundowns, the Brazilians. So they outclassed
the Brazilians being scored by a Portuguese international, the assistant coming from a Portuguese player. That's Raicinho to Nuno Santos. Equalizer did come.
Yes, he did
Kashala.
come. And yes, Kashala scored the equalizer, but it was pure luck. Yes, I was watching Sudesh as he was analyzing the game. You could see the difference in game plan. You see that the Brazilians were playing as a compact team, but not Central Limpopo. They were
structured.
Can't defend this. One touch football.
They were not structured.
And
they were all over the pitch.
I think they must have coach, Guy Bukasa.
He's been suspended, right?
6 games out.
And then there's the long ball in from Sales, the Brazilian. Actual Brazilian, not nickname Brazilian. He throws it to the far post, and the Portuguese player in Nuno Santos, he finds the third goal. Mamelodi Sundowns looking like a team that will go the distance with that performance there. And that was live on your World of Champions, and we'll continue to bring you the action on your World of Champions. Mamelodi Sundowns tomorrow will be back on your screens in the CAF Champions League, and we will show you that encounter live. But as we look at the rest of the results, TK, we see RS Berkane. They've jumped up a division now. They've gone to the Champions League, and Power Dynamos, our Ashley Natanzwe from Zambia.
Very disappointed.
And fastest team, Rivers United.
Do you know why I'm very disappointed? When Chipolopolo came to play here against South Africa, the fact that most players were not in the game because they were preparing for this one. Can you imagine what happens when they go to lose after not being in the Chipolopolo squad?
Yeah, they lost to Berkane. Berkane won the Cape Confed Cup, I think, for 2 or 3
years
successive years. And as Thomas says, they've taken a leap of faith.
Champions have to play like champions. They shouldn't be
We made a lot of noise.
They shouldn't be
Zambia. Rivers coming back into the Champions League. They had to play against the champions of the Total Energies Champions League. 3-0, Ida. Rivers not putting up too much resistance there. Can we see more from them as the tournament continues?
Yes, we believe, especially since they are playing at home this week. We are hoping that, it's still in good stages. You can come from behind and win all your games and still qualify. So that's why it's important. Yes, they lost the first game, but if they win this one, the one at home, then they get 3 points and you can still move further. It's a league. Who got a knockout?
Who got 5-1 from Sundowns, Ida?
Remo Stars.
No, it's not. It's Remo Stars.
Oh, okay.
It's not Rivers United. Yes.
Fastest team is Rivers.
No, I hear you. I hear
You're
you.
just mentioning another Nigerian side that got a hiding TK. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Thomas, from these first few games, there are like 5 or 6 teams that really stood out.
Younger's performance was
Younger's done well. Petro Atletico, Pyramids, El Ali, Berkane, and Sundowns. To me, those
But
the
it's
eventual
Asfar. I'm still going to go Younger against Asfar. That's a big result.
very at home, massive result. But Asfa also had quite a few chances, There was a bit of issues after the game there, even with Al Hilal and MC Alger, Rulani's MC Alger. They played because Al Hilal are playing the games in Rwanda. after the game, there were some nasty scenes there,
But I think MC Alger's clash against Sundowns tomorrow, that has a lot of spice.
A lot of spice.
Okay, so what's the spice? What's
The
spice?
spice, when you consider that Rulani left Sundowns
Coach Rulani Mukwena now
coach of MC Alger.
Alger, yeah.
MC Alger are top of the league in Algeria. Sundowns are top of the league in South Africa. And there is, some people say there's an element of revenge. And I've heard Rulani
So the
say
former
that,
Mamelodi Sundowns coach takes on his former club.
Former employers.
Yeesh.
Yeah, and but to be honest, I've heard Rulani saying that for him it's not revenge as such. He has planned for Sundowns like any other team, and he's not looking at what happened in the past and the fact that he used to be employed by Sundowns. But I think there's going to be a lot of spice.
There will be too much spice because that will be his opportunity now to show that, listen,
you made a mistake by letting go of me.
You know?
And also, Sundowns wouldn't also like to lose to Rulani as well.
So big pressure on Coach Miguel Cardoso.
Absolutely.
Full house 60,000 had been sold out, I think, 2 days ago at that stadium in Algiers.
Yeah.
So you can imagine. And that's the biggest club in
it depends on the kind of players you have.
That's the thing. Sundowns take it.
And 60,000 fans makes a difference.
And already, I believe Sundowns and Yanga were stranded for 4 hours at the airport when they arrived.
Waiting for their luggage.
That was done on purpose.
Master's laughing, he knows it.
Yeah, we know. The Libyans know the story. However, let's move on and have a quick break. After the break, we'll talk about some of the outstanding performances we saw from our African sons in the UEFA Champions League. Not all of them, because there were so many great performances, but a couple that stood out. Stay with us. I want to start with Mamadou Gaye, because Mamadou, over the last couple of weeks, you were a little bit harsh on Ademola Lookman. Yeah. And Ademola clearly has heard you because he's responded in the UEFA Champions League, and he's come up with a performance in Frankfurt against 59,000 passionate German fans. He scores the goal, he comes with an assist, and then the final score is 3-0 to the away side there, Atalanta. Mamadou, as we look at that performance, you now have to take your words back. Because the African best player, the CAF player of the year in the previous competition for that award, Ademola Lookman, showing his quality.
Which quality? What does it bring to Nigeria? Nigeria is out of the World Cup.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Look at Ida. Ida is very strong.
I'm looking here, and there he is. Lookman scoring, starting the storm, finding the back of the net against Eintracht Frankfurt. There are 59,000 fans there, Mamadou, and they're not supporting him. Look at that finish. Look at that finish.
Oh, Nigeria is not going to the World Cup.
But they're going to the AFCON.
Okay, you're not convinced.
They are not going to the World Cup. Ida is very sour and bitter.
Because of Lookman?
Lookman, look at the game against DR Congo.
Why are you going there? I'm telling you about the middle of the week in the Champions League. You're taking me far back. The second goal.
It's not ours.
The second goal in that game.
Thank you.
To Africa.
Thank
He
you.
bounced back in style, Mamadou. Is coming on form for the AFCON.
Which form?
For the AFCON.
Nigeria in the... Look, what DRC did to them. My friend is doubting his own country. Jeff, but let me tell you one thing. DRC will be among the countries that will surprise countries during the World Cup.
If they get there.
I'm not against them. I'm against the club.
If they get there. I want to look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because, and Ida, we were talking about your birthday and your age and soccer age and what, but Aubameyang is 36 years of age, and what he did against Newcastle in the Champions League, Marseille ecstatic about the clock. Look at the finish.
This is Newcastle.
It's a great Arsenal. It's a great Arsenal player. You know, you must give it to him. And
Arsenal player.
He's playing for Marseille.
He's playing for Marseille, the Gabon international.
Gabon captain, yeah.
Playing for Marseille with an impossible finish there.
Former Arsenal.
And then there's the second finish. And you know who the assist was from? Timothy Weah.
George Weah's son.
Can you imagine?
This was.
He's also going to be in the World Cup.
Let's change the name to the African Champions League in Europe.
He's also going to be there at the World Cup
Why?
for USA.
I don't know. Timothy plays for USA. He doesn't play for Liberia.
He was born there.
You
always have a
no.
He was
I mean,
born
I'm
there.
like, you know what Mamadou said? He's right. He's on point. Yes, look, man, banged in goals there in the Champions League. What did he do for Nigeria? Aubameyang did against the Newcastle. What did he do for Gabon when they were in Morocco?
They lost to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Jeff, you have not even qualified for the World Cup.
You're not even there where we are. You're not there.
We just gave you a big. We just gave you a. We just showed you the land.
You should say thank you to the referee because he disallowed the 2 goals. We shouldn't even have gone to the penalties. Mamadou is on point. Mamadou is on point. Look, man. What did you do for Africa, for Nigeria?
Exactly. No. He was in a bad shape.
Pastor.
Very bad shape.
Girassi also scored, eh?
Pastor, I never thought the day will come when Nigeria will be making excuses for losing to DRC.
Nigeria is in the same group.
Never thought the day will come.
Nigeria right now, same WhatsApp group with Zambia. We lost to DRC.
Same WhatsApp group right now. Thank you, Africa, for being with us. I'm your jersey number 10 at the far post. It's Coach Sudesh. Right next to me, Jeff Katala, our wise queen of African football. Ashley Nakadzwe at the far post, our founder in Thomas Gwenita, the award-winning journalist. Thank you to Ida Peter Seiden. Again, Ida, happy 60th birthday. Or whichever one it is.
66, 62, 60, somewhere there.
Whichever one. But the official is 60. Happy birthday. And to Mamadou Gaye. Bring us back some good stories as you go to Yaoundé to observe the election of one of the greats of African football to a second term as president of his football association, Samuel Eto'o in Cameroon. Good night.